Hello everyone, my name is Farhad Haftani from Group 5 for a subject Engineering Project Management. Our project topic is setting up a branch office and assembling factory in Shenzhen, China. So, as an introduction, I want to let you know about the main sponsor of the project, which is Paragusa Electronic. Paragusa is an assembling security system company located in Tehran, Iran. The company imports parts and equipment from China to Iran and assemble them as a camera and sell to Iran and neighbor countries. Recently, the company dealing with a high number of cameras coming back to the guarantee department, and as a result, they found that the main reason of these high numbers are the low quality of parts which are coming from China to Iran. As a result, the supply chain management department of the company decided to build up a new project which is sending a procurement to China and set up a supply chain office in Shenzhen, China. First of all, to hire a local staff, and second, supervise directly the whole production and shipping process to Iran. And secondly, with a joint venture agreement, they decided to build up a factory, assembling factory, to assemble the camera housing and send the camera housing separately to Iran for assembling.
Thank you, Farhad. Here on this slide, you can see the illustration of what my friend said earlier, that is setting up an office and an assembly factory in the China and then shipment of the final products back to Iran. So the time constraint of the project was to deliver it by February 2nd. And here there is one thing I would like to mention, that the duration for each activity was calculated excluding weekdays and national holidays. Knowledge areas are the core technical subject matters which are necessary for the effective project management. Due to time constraint, we will be focusing on these 5 different key areas of the project management for this presentation. Beginning with the project scope management, it follows a 5-step process. Through this first step, we defined and documented the requirements that are needed to meet all the project objectives, like setting up an office. Our team identify some of these requirements, like to do a market survey and recruiting the admin and the general labor. The second, defining the scope. This is a critical step which included the project and product deliverables, which includes a fully equipped manufacturing unit and a branch office. Time and cost were the main constraint for this project. Therefore, we pay close attention to ensure that the firm executes the project according to the stated scope and outline. So these are some of the assumptions for this project. Project was divided into 4 tasks, which were further categorized into subtasks and activities to be worked upon. Signing of the interim project deliverables and its acceptance by the project sponsor. By signing a project deliverable acceptance document was implemented to validate the scope. The project team ensured that they performed only the work described in WBS dictionary. All change requests were submitted to the project manager in the form of a project change request document.
Plan cost management is a process which establishes the policies and procedures for planning, managing, expending, and controlling the project costs. There are certain terms important for planning cost management. They are level of accuracy. Level of accuracy is rounding of cost to prescribed precision. It was rounded to 100 CAD and there will be an increase of funds by 15% to have a contingency plan. Unit of measure. Measuring unit will be taken as recommended in order to have a consistency of the project. Control threshold. Control threshold has a 5% variance on each cost permitted before any action is taken. Report format. A format will be specified in earned value management in order to have the results. The cost of the project is directly related to WBS. From WBS, we can conclude cost of each activity, and that gives a total of $184,500. And also there was a 15% contingency plan of the total budget in order to meet the needs. Earned value management. It is a process which helps a manager to measure the performance of the project. Planned value and earned value are calculated for each month to ensure smooth going of the project. The planned value and earned value for the months of October are calculated here. By calculating planned value and earned value, it was observed that we are 2.5% under the budget and 2.2% behind the schedule. As we can see, we are not much behind. We can be back on proper scheduling by implementing CPM or fast tracking methods. Stakeholder management is a process of maintaining good relationships with the people who have impact on our work. There are two types of stakeholders, internal and external. For internal, we have far cost company, project team, employees and project managers. For external, we have customers, suppliers, government and company. Stakeholder analysis is a process of grouping people according to the levels of participation, interest, and influence of the project. Based on stakeholder analysis, we have made a stakeholder analysis matrix which prioritizes stakeholders based on their importance.
Project quality management. Quality management is a big aspect of any project. It plays an important role in overall success of the project. In our project, we have given a lot of emphasis on improving the quality. We want to provide the best experience to our customers and stakeholders. There are three main categories of quality management: plan quality management, quality assurance, quality control. Planning quality management is to identify the quality requirements and standards for the project and document the progress of project towards meeting those. A security camera is made from different parts, so quality management was conducted on each part procured. Further, to avoid any technical errors, we closely monitored all the different processes involved in manufacturing a camera. Further, we also appointed a supply chain manager to make sure that each material procured was meeting the quality standards. For quality assurance, we have used ISO 19011 standard, which is associated with quality audit. Our assurance team designed an audit program to manage the quality. As per the program guidelines, audits were performed at regular intervals, and products failing to meet the quality requirements were immediately replaced and reported. For quality control, we monitored all the processes involved, and based on the performance, we recommended any changes if required. We also performed the quality analysis for cable and infrared light emitting diodes using single sampling plan analysis. Further, to list out the various factors that could cause a delay in the project, we designed a cause and effect model.
What is communication management? It is a process of sending and receiving a message between two different individualities in a most significant way. And we're gonna implement different features and tools in our project, such as delivering presentations and scheduling some meetings with stakeholders, suppliers, and clients at a certain period of time to discuss the progress of the project. What is risk management? So we're gonna access the associated risk and its detrimental consequences and how it gonna affect the people, processes, technology, and resources associated with our project. So we do have couple of methodology to assess, evaluate, manage, and measure those risks. We just identified the risk or expected risk, I can say, associated with our project as shown in the first column of this table. And by putting all those values and data in this paragraph, we have concluded that raw material price hike and change in the scope will have the critical issues with the project. So to mitigate and having some quick response, we can just share the loss percentage amongst the stakeholder, or else we can terminate or totally accept those risks. On the other hand, we can also control those risks in a most significant way by using the contingency planning. To wrap up, I can say the scope is clearly defined to keep a good focus on the project deliverables. We do have WBS and earn value indices which will help us to keep a good track on the budget and corresponding completed work. We also have contingency cost plan which gonna used to combat any unexpected risks such as COVID-19 outbreak. Apart from that, we can also mitigate the behind the schedule issue by implementing CPM crashing as well as fast tracking to meet the deadlines. At the end, we can say the meetings will gonna affect the relationship between us and stakeholder in a most significant